So without further ado, I'm going to crack on and start going through the 100 social media Christmas campaign ideas. But so many people on the call, what I think we'll do is we're going to take two different views on life. We're going to think about it from the viewpoint of, let me just have a quick look down the list of who's here so we can think about how we do it. I think we've got a florist on the call, I can see. I can also see, I'm fairly certain, the chocolate shop. Anybody wants to shout out in Q&A what type of business they run, we will personalize this webinar towards that as well. So anybody got a particular type of business they're running, please shout it out in the Q&A, and then we can reference that as we go through as well. We'll keep you private. We won't make it public, but just knowing what you do would mean that we can personalize this content even more towards you. So I'll keep that open as well. So I'm going to start with in the view of thinking, how would this work for what did I say, florist and a retailer selling chocolate, but actually another one's just popped up, a golf club. That's interesting. So we'll think about it from those three use cases, and if anybody else wants to reveal their hand, there are so many of you here. Come on, let me know. Oh, there's a council just popped up saying, could you think about it from a council's perspective? So each one, and Hannah, please pipe up as well. Let's go through. I think if we aim to maybe do 12, you'll get a really good idea of how you can use each of these ideas for those different types of businesses. And everybody that's attended the webinar today will get the full list as well. So what we've done here is we've given you an idea of how you can use, oh, we've got a DIY store popped up as well. Oh, we've got another one here, a lingerie and swimwear. Might not, oh, right, excellent. Yeah, okay. We've got 5 opportunities there to think of. So we've got chocolate, let's write these down. Chocolate, florist, DIY, lingerie, and we've done the one with the council and golf. Gosh. Okay, we'll have a pick and mix. What a mix. And there are lots more of you on the call, so please do feel free to shout out as we go through and go, how would that work for me? Oh, we've got a cook store as well. Look at that, love that. Okay, so as I say, don't fret. We're going to send this list to you at the end of the webinar. So we've got 100 ideas here. We're going to start going through it. And obviously, you can ask questions today, but if you want to attend any of our lives that we run at 10 o'clock every day, you can come and ask questions there as well. So agenda is we're going to go through 12 of these, 12 days of Christmas. You've got 100 on the list, but then we'll give you a taste for 12. And then Hannah's going to give you a demo of the new scheduling tools that are going to be released. And because you're here today, all of you are here today will get a first invite to it as well. It is extraordinary. Hannah, it's pretty exciting, isn't it?
It's amazing. I love it. Yeah, it just, what it does is just incredible. Yeah, so looking forward to showing you all.
So stick about. We're going to go through 12 days of Christmas, 12 Christmas ideas, and then we're going to do a demo of the new platform. So each one of these is designed to be an idea in its own right. But as I've gone through this with a number of clients, it's quite clear that some of them overlap. So first idea, countdown to Christmas. You could use this across all social platforms. It's the most wonderful time of the year, only 10 days till Christmas. Now, what's interesting here is this is, you can start planning this now for 10 days to Christmas. So for example, for a golf club perspective, you could think around counting down the days you're open, the events you've got. Council, I think really important to think about how you can showcase your local businesses in the final 10 days. You know, think about last minute gifts, all those lovely things, but also think about the practical things in life, the bin collections, what's shut, what's open. From a chocolatier or a florist perspective, those last minute gifts, those 10 days till Christmas. DIY store, I think there are some better ideas for you later on, but equally 10 days till Christmas, what are the DIY jobs you could do over the Christmas break? You know, think about how you can mold what you do into things that people are used to looking at. The lingerie store, definitely last minute gifts. 10 days till Christmas, really good countdown for those. Gosh, what do I buy now? Festive giveaways, Hannah. Giveaways are a great thing to run on social, aren't they?
Definitely. And they just get people talking. They grab people's attention. People engage with that type of post. Obviously, there's a chance of winning something. But especially if part of it is, you know, tagging a friend you'd like to come and enjoy this with or something like that, it just really boost the audience that you reach, not just your usual audience, but you reach new people with giveaways. So yeah, especially at Christmas, people get involved in that. So definitely something to think about running in the lead up to Christmas.
If you've got any questions on that, again, we've got some really good videos, actually, which we could share when we send this list around to you, from Di Coke, who is the competition queen of the UK. So if you're thinking about running any giveaways, they are a great way to drive engagement. We've got some lovely videos around that. And again, as always, if you want to ask any questions, join some of our live sessions during the week. Now, gift guides, and these are an absolute winner for, I think, everybody that showed their hand today. Chocolatiers, florists, DIY stores, lingerie, golf, councils, all of you can do gift guides. For the golfers out there, all of those men that are impossible to buy presents for, tell their family what the golfer and the family wants. From the council's perspective, an ideal way to showcase all of the local businesses, put them in the gift guide, showcase what they can do. I mean, the endless opportunities with this, and the great thing with this is you don't need to build tech, Hannah. You can use the reels or the stories features that already exist on platforms, right?
Definitely. You can, as you said, a Pinterest board's lovely, but a reel, a carousel, something that someone can flick through, and it feels like you're looking through a guide then. So yeah, you just use the tools that are there on the platforms, and it creates a really nice, engaging piece of content.
And if anybody's got any questions around how you do that, again, within our video help center, you've got help videos on pretty much everything, Hannah, isn't there? There's whatever you want to create, there's a help video on it. And alongside that is our chat button that connects you to us to ask for help. And what we'll actually always say is come to one of our live sessions, because, well, that's what we help you do at 10 o'clock every day. But if anybody's got any specific questions around any of this as we go through, well, Hannah, there's a question here around what would be the best way to do a guide? Would you do it as a reel or as a story? Now, I think you do it as both. What do you think?
Yeah, I would probably say both. I think obviously a story is shorter, but stories are something that people do tend to flick through. If they've got 5 minutes, they'll flick through stories. So they're a great place to put your guide, but maybe with a link to, to find out more. But then a reel obviously is longer, so it's very engaging because it's a video. So yeah, I would definitely go both. And yeah, and then you catch both audiences then, don't you? So yeah, you can adapt, you can create a video and then obviously adapt it for your story. So you don't have to create 2 separate pieces of content there. You can use one piece of content, but obviously in a shorter form for your story. So yes, but definitely both.
And I think what's interesting now in October, there's an opportunity to also use stories to do behind the scenes. So you could start creating your gift guide, but if you feel uncomfortable about sharing it right now, you can actually do behind the scenes story content about creating it. I know that sounds nuts, but for example, a cook shop, your gift guide could be all about showing people what to cook for Christmas, but your stories right now could be about how you're creating your guide of the best recipes for Christmas. Or do you know what I mean? Just think outside the box so that the things you're preparing for Christmas can actually become your content in the run up to Christmas. In the same way that I feel a little bit, gosh, I hate starting talking about Christmas. We were starting to talk about it in September, and I love that. I really had to pinch myself. But actually, if you use the content in a clever way, your Christmas story can start now without it feeling overly commercial. So to start talking the story of you getting your gift guides ready is a really good way to pre-promote. What do you feel about that, Hannah?
Yeah, I really like that. But audiences do love behind the scenes content because that's the bit of your business that they don't see, from your website or necessarily by just walking into your store. Whereas if you actually show a little bit about how you do what you do, how you're building your gift guide, how you're getting ready for Christmas, it gives them that sneak peek of a side of your business they wouldn't necessarily see otherwise. But it also introduces you and your team to them, so it builds that personal connection. So yeah, behind the scenes content is great, and it's normally received very well.
So the DIY store we've got on the call today, for example, I would suggest that gift guides, you could do amazing power tools for boys, or something that's buying presents for men is so difficult. But actually, you could do some really fun stories now about what boys like, what boys dream of for Christmas, and you could start creating fun videos of those battles before the gift guide. I mean, just be light-hearted. You want the content to be memorable, but it doesn't have to be high production. It's about talking about Christmas without it being overtly commercial. And so if you could start talking about what are the 12 pound tools every boy dreams of, for example, and that you start doing the guides for that now, but you start looking at the videos, getting people to vote on them. You can talk massively about Christmas without being that this is my Christmas guide, and that will actually get you far more bandwidth than actually the guide itself. Does that make sense? Does that land with you, Hannah?
Yeah, it does. It's more subtle, isn't it? You're not actually saying this is what you should buy for Christmas, but you're achieving exactly the same thing, by showing people what you offer, but turning it into a piece of engaging content that you're asking people for their opinions. And people do love to say what they think on social. That's really nice. And it's still for those people that are still in denial that Christmas is approaching and quite soon and don't want to talk about it too early. It will still appeal to them because it's not, on the face of it, it's not a Christmas guide as such. So yeah, it's a great way to build up to it.
Any more? I've got a question here around which platform would you run the guide on? That's an interesting question. So I think you run the guide on where you've got the audience, Hannah, wouldn't you agree? Which is, if you've only got a Twitter audience, well then, or beg your pardon, X, they're never going to get that right. Then obviously you're going to run your guide there and you can run it as a thread. If your biggest audience Instagram, then run it there. Don't let the technology define where you put the guide. Put your guide where your audience is, and then make the guide fit to that format, because each platform, Hannah, would have a way that you could do that, right?
Definitely, yeah. And you don't want to, just because you think Instagram might be the right place for it, if you don't have your audience there, you'd be posting, so yeah, definitely use the platforms that you're active on already, and you can absolutely find a way to make it look great on that platform.
Exactly. Again, any questions on that? Our team and Hannah in particular is always available on our lives at 10 o'clock every day. The question here from Rebecca: mention carousels. What is that, please? That's a really good question. So carousel is a post that scrolls. Hannah, should we actually do a little demo of a carousel before we'll put when we finish going through the 12 days of Christmas? We'll just do a quick demo of a carousel that you can use on either Instagram or on Facebook. And when Hannah does her demo of the new scheduling platform, Hannah, can we demo doing a carousel on that?
Let me have a look.
I'll let you prepare that.
Yeah, I'll prepare and have a look. But it's basically, as you say, Polly, it's a series of images that you can scroll through that kind of it gives it a feel of a guide, then, doesn't it? So that's all it essentially is kind of a series of images, rather than just one image or a video that plays. Yeah, it's a series that then you kind of scroll through, so it feels quite nice for a guide. But yeah, let me dig and prepare, and I'll find something that we can have a look at before we finish today.
So there you go, Rebecca. You'll have a demo of what a carousel looks like, and we may even have a demo of creating one, but we'll definitely have a demo of what one looks like. But it's an ideal way and a really simple way to create a guide. And obviously you can create it organically, but you can also then turn it into an ad that more people see. So Christmas DIY, get ready to embrace your inner artist this Christmas. Check out our YouTube channel for step-by-step DIY decoration guide. Now, it doesn't have to be a YouTube channel. We've said YouTube, but actually I think all of these, to be fair, the more I look at this, all of these suggestions could be used across multiple platforms, depending where your audience is. Obviously, video, a video lends itself very well to YouTube, but you can use shorter video formats on all channels. And the idea of DIY decorations, this could also link with some of the other ideas. I've jumped one of my decorated feeds. We'll go back to that one. It could link to gifts, so Christmas crafts, how you can entertain. It doesn't have to just be power tools. It can be how can you entertain the kids this Christmas with videos about things you can do. So from the DIY shop, for the DIY store, I would say you've got gift guides for children around how to get creative and how to keep them, and that whole, I'm glad mine are grown up now, but that whole how do you entertain them on the dark nights and all that sort of stuff. Lovely gift guides that you could create around DIY pieces. I jumped over the decorate your feed, which I think if anybody's feeling a little bit intimidated about, oh my goodness, how do I get my head around actually creating fresh content for Christmas? The really sort of easy thing to do is also to maybe using something like Canva, find a way to add an overlay to your feed so that your existing content looks really Christmassy. So, you know, you only need to find one thing that, you know, you find an overlay of that fits with your brand for Christmas, and that can be put over your posts. So your feed and your stories have that Christmas theme. That's a really easy win, isn't it, Hannah?
Definitely, yeah. It just makes it eye-catching, but it's really sort of quite simple to do. Yeah, but it just makes your feeds look a little bit different for Christmas, and therefore show that, you know, you're actually you know, that you have a focus on Christmas, that you've got something going on that people would be interested in. So it'll just grab people's attention. And yeah, it's a simple one, but really effective.
Question on that, what do you mean by an overlay? Right, so an overlay, if you go to Canva, you can add layers to images. If you have questions on that, if you literally Google on YouTube, there are a million videos on it. But you know, you've got existing images that you put on your feed. Using Canva, you can put an overlay on it in a heartbeat. If you're stuck with that, go to YouTube, ask YouTube, and there'll be 1,000 videos that show you how to do that. It's not expensive. It's something that any of us can do. You just need to go and find the tools. It's not an oversimplification, Hannah, is it?
No, not at all. No, it is that easy.
Okay. So I always have to check, because what sometimes you can think it's something's easy when actually it's difficult, but I think we're on the same page with that.
Yeah.
Holiday recipes. I don't know about you, but I say recipes on Instagram. My Instagram folder is bulging with recipes. So the cook shop, just start showing me how to cook my Brussels sprouts. Ideas, even if you're reposting other people's recipes, you know, inspire me with things that I need to have new tools to cook with. And chocolatier, I beg your pardon, I missed out the chocolatier today. Recipes with chocolate in. Again, they don't have to be yours. You can be resharing other people's content. But cook shop and the chocolate shop, show me things I've got to eat and that I need tools to cook with. And in the run up to Christmas, everybody's looking for new ideas. What am I going to do different this Christmas? And show me how I need to use chocolate. Show me how I need a new tool to do it with. Tell me that I need a new thermometer to stop me giving everybody salmonella on Christmas Day because I undercooked the turkey. All of those things, all of those little pain points that we've all stuck in our heads around, oh, how do I get Christmas right this year? Use that as content now. That it doesn't have to be overtly Christmas, but it's, you know, Christmas is something we're all thinking about. And so you can start your Christmas campaign before you actually go, it's Christmas, so to speak. Or ask opinions. You know, do you think chocolate and Brussels sprouts would go? Or, you know, what's your favorite way of cooking sprouts? Endless opportunities around recipes. So our idea is unleash your inner chef with our Christmas recipe collection. Explore mouth-watering dishes on both our Instagram and Pinterest account. Don't forget tags and colouring masterful pieces. You know, take that and play that. There's so much you could do with that. So anybody that's selling food or is selling tools to create food, I mean, just endless. And I think from the council's perspective, a beautiful opportunity to share recipes from your local businesses. So, and whether that's recipes or, you know, this is the food they're cooking, or just endless ways to create engaging content around food. We frequently talk about food porn, and it's a thing. Food porn is massive. People love it. It's one of the most sticky, pardon the pun, bits of social media. So don't gloss past the opportunity recipes. It's what people engage with on social media, and that really matters. And that leads me on to customer stories. So the idea here is our customers make the holiday season special. Share your heartwarming holiday experiences with us on Facebook and Instagram. Use customer stories, join the conversation, inspire others. So again, very much engaging your community. Customer story, amazing for golf. amazing for councils, amazing. So for the lingerie shop here, think about the swim, you know, as the clocks change in 2 weeks' time, how depressing is that? You know, let's share the summer stories of the summer. What should be your favorite swimwear this summer? You know, just things that lighten the heart. Remember, social is about stopping the scroll, and customer stories. You know, your customers wearing your swimsuits on their summer holidays. Where do they think of going next year? Spark by blending your products in with the conversation the customer wants to have. Any questions on that one? Yeah, there's a question saying, yeah, how do you engage your customers? Well, I would say that, you know, using stories that you tag people in, using hashtags on the stories, Hannah. What other ideas would you have for engaging people in your stories?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely, as you say, you want hashtags, you want people to be able to discover your stories. So you want to use the tools that are within a story to mean that if people want to search for, you know, your type of business and what you do, or your place via hashtag, your story will appear. But you know, obviously, you know, if you engage with other people, they are much more likely to engage with you. So you need to be, you know, engaging with your audience as well. So clearly, when they comment on your post, make sure you reply, that sort of thing. Because social media is just the same. You build connections in the same way you do, you know, in real life. If you talk to people, they're much more likely to talk back to you. So, you know, just be part of the conversation in your town or your city, or be part of the conversation with your audience. And then they're much more likely to, you know, engage in what you post, because they've got a connection with you. You know, they've got a connection with your business. But yeah, you know, it is really just using the tools that you've got within the platform to catch people's attention and to make them want to engage. You know, so make your content eye-catching, make it fun. You know, ask a question, use a poll, that sort of thing. You know, just really prompt people to you know, spark that conversation with you.
A really good question here around what's the optimum number of hashtags. Hannah's going to show you in a moment when we do the demo on the platform, which we'll get to shortly. I'm going to have to get a wiggle on to get through 12 posts here. The optimum number is different for each platform. With Instagram, it's 30. Optimum number for Facebook, Hannah?
2 to 3, I would say. Yeah, don't do Instagram, totally fill your boots and use the 30, but make them relevant. Obviously, don't use kind of spammy ones, you know, like follow for follow, that sort of thing. Make them relevant to your business and to what your post is about. But yeah, 3, probably the same on X, probably maybe a few more on LinkedIn. But yeah, Instagram, definitely go for 30, because it just makes your content so much more discoverable if you use hashtags.
And Hannah, you're going to show us a really amazing new feature that we've added, which is that you can now copy, you can create folders of hashtags that you can use on posts, so you haven't got to remember them. My word, it's a time saver. So prepare to be amazed, because we've made that much easier. So holiday recipes I've done, customer stories I've done, behind the scenes. So yeah, we've touched on this already. As you start preparing your Christmas content, don't be afraid to use all the offcuts and preparing how you're preparing for the festive season. I think the behind the scenes of the festive season, you can start doing now. Start talking about how you're getting ready for Christmas. And actually, in a funny kind of way, you'll start to understand what your audience is interested in based upon how engaging. So if you've got a couple of ideas, we'll start talking about it now and see which one starts to garner some interest. With the key with social is be real. Don't feel like you've got to over egg it. And yeah, just crack on. 12 days of deals. Who doesn't love a deal? I think, isn't Amazon doing deals at the moment? Isn't it Amazon Prime at the moment?
They are. Yeah, 2 days, I think, yesterday and today. So
exactly. So you've got to compete with them. So, you know, 12 days of deals. If you're going to do 12 days of deals, I would say 100% this is a behind the scenes one as well, because you want to start getting people revved up for it before you do it, Hannah. And then when you do it, you want to shout like mad about it. So if you're going to do 12 days of deals, think about when you're going to do it, because if people are to ship it, obviously it needs to be beforehand. But don't wait until the 12th day. You start revving the audience up right now. Really good one. Who doesn't love a bargain? And yeah, start planning that, but start also pre-warming the audience as well. And that, I think, works across all platforms, Hannah. Wouldn't you agree?
Definitely. Oh yeah, definitely. But as you say, I think it's really important to to give people that advance notice, pique their interest before. So don't just start on day 1 of the 12, but, you know, 10 days ahead, say something exciting is happening on such a date, you know, or starting on such a date, just so people know that it's coming, and really you can make the most of it then.
Stocking stuffers. Who doesn't love a stocking stuffer? So everybody on this call: chocolatiers, florists, DIY, council stocking stuffers. That's about showcasing your local businesses. Golf club. All of those small presents that every golfer needs. Lingerie shop. All of those last minute. All of those lovely gifts. All of you should have stocking stuffers. Fun stories. Give people inspiration. Just a lovely content. You could do fun video. You could do fun content about getting that ready. Small surprises. You know, we're all feeling the pinch at the moment. Stocking, you know, Christmas for me should be. Stocking is the best part of Christmas, right? I think that's just, you know, it's a really great piece of content that you could start working on right now behind the scenes. Just, yeah, it's a winner, isn't it, Helen?
Oh, it really is. You know, how many times do you hear people say, oh, I just want to pick one more little thing for so and so or something, and that's what you're appealing to, is that, yeah, those little gifts just to fill the stocking or finish off the presents. Yeah, perfect. Love them.
So actually, good question here. That says here you've only got 3 hashtags on all of these posts. Absolutely right. Really good comment. So these posts here are designed to be little prompts to make you think, oh yeah, I could go and run with that. I could do more with that. Now, obviously, within the Maybe platform, our AI will help you craft out your posts, your content specifically for your business, and it will also expand these hashtags for you as well. So if you put these 4 hashtags in, it would spit out another, you know, however many you want it to do. But these are ideas to be conversation. These are designed to be conversation starters for you. A charity drive. We should all give something back to charity at Christmas. So I think it's don't just pay lip service. Do it and actually say, you know, for every, make a pledge, whatever you're going to do this Christmas. Say, we're also going to give back to this. It's just, I believe it's something we should all do. In a previous life, I used to run a company that raised money for charity, and I'm a bit of an avid one. So if you take one thing away from day to day, please make sure that you're also giving something back to somebody that is not as fortunate as all of us. So from a local council perspective, you need to shout out about local charity supporting, and each of you have got a charity that is aligns to your business. And it's just, I think in today's environment, it's really important we do that. And you're then spreading the message of that charity through your feeds. Yeah, I just think, please do that. That's my ask of the day. Please do that. Please do that. Hands up. Who's going to do that? I'd like you to just say that's registered. That's landed with you guys. And then number 12 of my 12 of my 100, and we're going to send you the rest of this list, so you've got it to come back to. And remember, each of these ideas you can take and put inside our personalized AI, which we'll show you in a moment, and it will then spit it out in your tone of voice, and you can ask it to make it even better for you and expand the hashtags. Flash sales. I know that not everybody's into discounting. And I believe that discounting is something you need to maybe do. Depends on your type of business, but flash sales drive footfall, and it's how you use them that matter. Again, if you're going to do a flash sale, make sure the flash sale only works if you do a massive build up to it. And in order to do that, you start planning it now. But who doesn't love a bargain? But make it a bargain that it attracts a customer for you for another day. So yeah, they need planning out. Our favourite ever flash sale, we famously had a customer that spent £250 in ads and got, I'm sure it's the same, 50k back in 6 hours. Now, I'm not saying that's what every flash sale does, but that took meticulous planning. She put a whole lot of work into it. She sells a really high-end product, and it works really well. But they need planning. Like all of these things, they're easy to discuss in a sort of light touch environment, but actually to make them work, they need planning. We're here to help you do that. Hannah is on our lives on a Monday and a Tuesday, and would happily help you with any of these ideas. Isn't that right, Hannah?
Well, I muted myself quickly. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Yeah. If obviously once you've got the download, have a look through, you know, pick the ones that really jump out at you, that appeal. And then if you want to work them through and personalize them for your business, then yeah, I'm here to help. Absolutely.
And then on the Wednesday, we always do a webinar list. In the run up to Christmas, we're going to go from 13, we're going to do 12, we'll do 12 more ideas next week, and then 12 more the next week, and 12 more the week after that. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about Christmas. Oh, by the time we get to Christmas, Hannah, I won't know whether it's Christmas or New Year.
No.
But you can come specifically with Christmas ideas next week as well. But equally, in between times, you need to jump on live and ask about it. Please do that too. So Hannah, are you? Oh, let's just see if we've got any more questions here. What's the best idea? I don't know that. Fred, you got to work that one out yourself, I'm afraid. I think you need to. The key thing I say, Fred just said, which one should I pick? I said, I don't know. You need to think about what's going to resonate with your audience. The quick wins for me are of the ones we've gone through already. Is decorate your Christmas feed. So think about a really simple way of decorating a feed. If you're feeling overwhelmed with this, pick the low-hanging fruit. So how could I decorate my feed? And for me, the gift guide is always a winner. And then do behind the scenes. So I would say if you're going to pick, I'd pick three things if you're a bit daunted, which is decorate your feed. And if you're thinking about what's the thing to decorate it with, you could ask your audience, all sorts of lovely things you do that. Gift guide's always a winner. And then do behind the scenes. So if gift guides isn't your thing, pick another thing and then use those three things if you're a bit intimidated about where to get started. I'm conscious of time. This guide will get sent out, and next week we'll go through from 13 through to 24. If you've got a particular one, when we send it out to you today, that you'd like to see us explore some more, please do let us know, and we can do it specially for you on next week's webinar. So without further ado, I'm going to try to seamlessly switch to Hannah. That's been fun, isn't it, Hannah? Hannah, are you ready to share?
I'm ready.
You're going to share?
I'll share my screen. Yep.
Okay. So if I stop sharing now, are you sharing? This could be dangerous. I'm going to stop my share without stopping the webinar. There we go. I've stopped my share.
There we go. And if I share now, I do want to share my whole desktop because I'm gonna. There we go. Can you see my screen now?
Can beautifully. Yes.
Wonderful. That was seamless, like you planned it, Polly. So very quickly, first of all, I'll show you a carousel, and then we'll obviously hop into the platform, go through all of that and what it's all about, but obviously then show you how to do this in the Maybe Social Planner too. So this is a carousel essentially. So it's a post where, as you can see, you can just scroll through different images. So it's just great to showcase a collection of something, but I think it does lend itself really, really well, therefore, to the gift guides, because obviously, it feels like to the customer that they're scrolling through a catalogue online. So that's kind of the effect that you would get with a carousel, is it would just literally be a series of images that someone scrolls through. So that's obviously what it looks like in Instagram. But this is the Maybe Social Planner. So when you come into here, we're going to go through all of this, but you'll see exactly the same as this. You've got your dashboard here, but what we're going to have a look at is under marketing. So when you go into marketing, you come in just here, and this is your social planner. It's very, very exciting. So start at the beginning. This is where you would add your accounts. So you can see we've already got the Maybe accounts attached just here, but you would literally click on add account, and then you can add your Google My Business account, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, and TikTok as well, which I jumped up and down when I saw that, because you can now add your TikTok account if you've got one to this. So obviously it's even more of a one-stop shop to put all of your content out there, because there's more platforms on here now, and you're not limited to just one of each type of account either. You can actually add multiple platforms, plus you can add groups. So if you run a Facebook group or something like that, and you want to obviously post your content to that group, or pre-schedule your content to that group, then you can actually do that here too. So it's pretty amazing. So Open Planner is obviously where you go in to actually look at your content, and it opens a calendar. This will feel very familiar. So you'll see all of your content, and obviously you can see the icon here actually tells you what type of post it is, so which platform that's due to go out on, or it's gone out on. And then these three dots on a post that's already gone, you can actually clone, so you can actually repost that piece of content. So if I click that, it will go into the post.
Hannah, this would be really good if you're running your Christmas campaigns. It means you can create them and then repost them, because remember, organic social posts are, they get consumed very quickly, right? So you could create the campaign and then keep cloning it.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to just, create a fantastic post and then just post it once, would you? You'd want to make sure you're making the most of that. So in here, you can actually go in and you can repost. So what it will do, it will just open the post as it was when you initially put it in. We'll go through, obviously, adding a new post in a moment. So here you can change the post. You could add a new image if you want, but why would we want to? Because the beautiful Polly is on that one. So we'll very much keep that image. And then you can, here's your options. And again, we'll go through this again when we look at adding a new post. But essentially, you can post it now. You can schedule a post for a time and date in the future. You can send it for approval. So if you have an approval process within your business, you can send it on. Or this is a great one for the type of thing we've been talking about, where you can actually schedule recurring posts. So you can actually say, I'd like this post to go out twice a week up until Christmas. And you can pick your time and you can pick your days of the week. So you've obviously, as you can see all your options just here. And then that post is then scheduled to go out on all of those dates and times up until the point where you specify you want it to end. So this is perfect for the sort of thing we've been talking about. So that's obviously looking at a post that's already been scheduled. If you look at future posts, when you click these three dots, you get a couple more options. So you can, if you no longer want the post to go out, you can delete it, or you can actually go in and make changes to that post through edit by selecting that option here. But let's go back and we will look at adding a new post. So when you go back to this screen, if you click on new post, you get a drop down. So you have here, I think this is fantastic. You've got the option to upload from a CSV file. So if you have your content in a spreadsheet, you can actually upload multiple posts at once. So I'll show you just how that works. So you can download a sample file, and what that actually does is this top row just here is actually the headings of your columns. So that's what you need your headings to look like. So it obviously matches up. And then you effectively, you download a Google Sheet or anything as a CSV file, and then you've got the ability here to upload a file. And then what it does is it allows you to actually upload multiple posts at once. So it's just a great tool if that's the way that you work. And I know a lot of people do. It's just a great tool to actually use to upload multiple posts.
So for example, if you're planning your Christmas campaign and you've mapped it all out on a spreadsheet so you can see when things are going to be posted and yada, 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 rather than having to copy and paste it, you can upload it and not have to rekey the work. That's the great thing, isn't it? So you can plan it offline and then add it in one go, which is really good. We should do a workshop on that, Hannah,
Definitely. It's something that I think just going through it quickly doesn't quite do it justice as to the benefits of it, does it? But it's great to mention it when you do a quick run through, because it's there and it's a great tool. But yeah, I think so. I think doing an actual focus on that would be beneficial. Definitely. But if I go into new post again and just create new post, it opens the screen that we saw when we looked at the post before. As you can see, you can select your social account, you can select multiple accounts. What I really like about this is I definitely, feel that content should be tailored for the platforms, because they're different audiences. Your LinkedIn audience is going to be different to your Instagram audience. But what I really like is you can type in your content and then you can click customize for each channel. And it obviously pulls through what I've just typed, and then I can go in and I can actually change it. So obviously, your LinkedIn audience, you might want the tone to be a bit more, business-like and professional. So you can just go in and tweak it. Obviously on Instagram, you might have links in your content on Facebook and LinkedIn, but obviously on Instagram, you're more likely to say something like link in bio. So that's where you can tweak the content. So that's super time efficient, because it allows you to type it and then just tweak it rather than typing it several times. This I love. So if you obviously select just Instagram, you can pre-schedule your Instagram stories and reels. So it's not just posts on Instagram, it's actually those other two types of content as well. So that's another exciting addition. So if we go back just to a post, So you've got your usual options here in terms of adding emojis, but the emoji menu is extensive. There's loads on there, and I do love an emoji. Obviously, you can add your images. So you can upload from your own library just here. So to add a carousel, you would literally add multiple images. Excuse me. So you can add more than one. And what that would do is that would actually create a carousel effect when you actually post that post. Or you can also, if you want some inspiration, if you want to find an image, you can actually do so here. So, I mean, the opportunities, I mean, naturally, if you're showing off a product that you offer, clearly you're going to want an image of that actual product, but there will be a place for you actually finding some stock images. And it does that for you here. So it will actually find lots of different options. You can actually specify whether you want it to be photography, whether you want it to be more of a graphic. You could play around with this for ages, couldn't you? But that's a fabulous tool there. But obviously with things like the gifts guides and that sort of stuff, you're very much going to want to use your own images of those products. Now I need to get out. So I'm stuck just there now, Polly.
Are you frozen?
Whether it's my
Joy of streaming.
Wi-Fi connected. Excuse me, if I stop sharing just for a second and see if that.
I just want to answer some questions. We've got a number of questions saying, somebody's saying, what is the platform we're demoing? Good question. This platform is Maybe, and anyone that's on the webinar that doesn't have an account will be sent a link to sign up afterwards. Maybe is a social media management platform that helps you do the guesswork out of social media. It lets you schedule, but it's also got a whole load of baked in AI that helps. It makes it really simple to create awesome content. So, for example, Hannah will show you in a moment now, like with all things in life, you should never work with technology, children, animals. I've done it. It will let you, it's got AI baked in. So, for example, you could take one of those ideas and the system will then personalize it for you or help you create content. So Hannah's going to click on the content AI right now and say, create me a post about the Christmas gift guide. We haven't even practiced this. She doesn't know. I was going to ask her.
No, who knows what it's going to come up with, but it's going to be something great. So here you literally just put in, you know, what the content's about and briefly what you want to say in your content. So something like that. You can obviously put in whatever it is you're looking for. If you want particular words mentioned, you can actually key them just there. Then you can select your writing tone. So I love this because there's bound to be a place for grumpy somewhere. But, you know, I think most of the time you'd actually want to be probably fun or, you know, as I said, the different audiences, if you've got it, maybe that you want to go for professional or something like that. But let me clear that. Let's go for dramatic and see what it comes up with. And then you can select the length of the caption you're looking for. So obviously, if you're looking to post onto X, you'd probably go for small, whereas Facebook, you might go for medium. So let's try medium. We want 3 variations, and then you click generate. It will do exactly that. It will generate 3 different captions in the tone that you've actually asked for. As you can see here.
We're always working more on this. We've got this AI here, and there's also on the left-hand side a link to personalized AI as well. So we're testing, as you all appreciate, AI is very new, and we're working on lots of different ways for it to help you do your best work faster. So the idea is that you still have to be your brilliant selves, but the AI just makes it much easier to do it even better. What we're discovering is you have to give it the right idea, and then you have to know what you want, and it will refine it really well. But it is an extraordinary way to help you create things that it adds a sprinkle of magic to what you're doing. And I'm using it unbelievably for writing reports and grant applications. I can't tell you, but yeah, don't be afraid of AI. Treat it like a tool, and it does help you do your best work faster. Hannah, wouldn't you agree?
Definitely. It just gives you inspiration. It just does a lot of the legwork for you. Obviously, as you say, you still want to add, you know, your expertise and you know what you want to say to that. So you need to review it, you know. But yeah, definitely, it does 90% of the legwork for you, and then you can then refine it and just make it, sprinkle that magic and just make it look fabulous. But it's like, here, I love this jumps out, you know, we've asked for a Christmas guide for dads, and it's categorized the different type of dad you might have. So already that's appealed to me. I've thought, great, you know, tech enthusiast, gourmet guru, you know, so straight away you can actually click there. And obviously, you know, when you give it the instructions, you'd put maybe what type of business you are, just so it tailors this for, you know, a cook shop or whatever. But you know, yeah, I like that one. So all you do is click copy, and then it pulls that caption over here that you obviously then can change, tweak, add to, whatever you actually want to do. And then you click continue, and you're back here, and you've obviously got your caption all populated in there. So it is Christmas magic, that is, Polly, I think, definitely.
Really.
I love that. But obviously, as you said, you could add images, add your videos just here. This is the amazing hashtag tool. So here you can create groups of hashtags that you use. So, you know, you're bound to use similar hashtags in most pieces of content. Obviously, you won't always use exactly the same ones. But here you can actually group them. And then you can actually select those groups and actually use them. So we can build a group. So if we just and you can obviously build and build this as you go along, and it just massively saves you time then once you've actually done it.
And Hannah, you could copy them in. Could you copy them in as a list? So if you came here with a list in Notepad, you could just dump them in, couldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. Because I think a lot of people have probably got these saved in a document somewhere, haven't they? So their hashtags, you probably copy and paste them into posts as you go along. So yeah, you can obviously put those in here.
If you're stuck for creating those hashtags, you could go to the personalized AI on the left-hand side, and it would create tags for you. And then you could copy them in here. So we could go. Well, why don't we give that a try? I'm sure we've done it.
Yeah. So I think we've nearly finished here anyway. I think the only thing to mention is this is amazing. You can actually schedule the first comment too. So a lot of businesses might put a link or a question or just something else in there just to spark a conversation. So you can actually schedule that on your post. And then you've got the options here, as we went through before, as to when you want to post it. But yeah, let's go into personalized AI. I mean, this just does so much.
Not right.
Hashtags. Like that.
No, I think that I think I've managed to. This is my fault. You're seeing something that's not been finished yet. Do you want to write a reply in here, Hannah, saying please create a hashtag?
Yeah.
I've just done the thing I always do and broken the demo. I know that somebody's working this right now. But it will create you. Please create 30 hashtags for me. I'm your shop for Christmas. Yeah. So this AI, we might be asking it to do something it doesn't want to do, because this AI knows that it's actually maybe. So it will create hashtags relevant to us. So we're having to persuade it to be somebody else. Now, the beauty about this personalized piece of AI that you have access to in the platform here is it knows who you are, and it is writing content in your tone. So if you've got a really funny tone on your feeds, it will listen to what you've already posted, and it will continue the conversation. It's really powerful. We're now asking it to do something slightly different, and
I know it might get confused and say, no, you're not a gift shop. You are maybe. Stop lying to me.
Here you go.
There we go. No, it's done it for us.
Look at that. So Hannah, you can copy those hashtags, right? It is incredible. Yeah. You can copy those hashtags and you can put them into your and that work you've never got to do again, have you?
No, it's done. I mean, those are obviously Christmas specific, but for your whole Christmas campaign, there's your hashtags. Yes. Yeah, you don't need, and you can obviously then say to it, can you pick the top 3 or top 4 for then the platforms that you just want to post 3 or 4 to? But yeah, it's done.
Amazing. So you would just go back to maybe, and you could put them in that. So you could in effect create that. You could create that as a.
Yeah. No, obviously it's just got the numbers in it as well, so I don't know whether that will.
You'd have to edit it, but you get the idea. You could create them as a gift here. You could create them as a folder here, put a comment between them, and it will do it. Amazing. I'm conscious of every time. We've got a whole load of questions coming in, and questions on how do you access this? We'll send you all a link to this after the webinar. What we're going to be doing next week is live onboarding sessions to the new Maybe platform. So anybody who already have it, we need to create your new login. For those that you haven't, we need to get you logged in. And Hannah is there to join to help everybody with any questions on a Monday and Tuesday. Is that right, Hannah?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, join at 10 o'clock Monday or Tuesday, and I'll be on hand. Anything you need, just join and ask.
Amazing. And then on a Wednesday we'll do we go through 12 to 24 on the Christmas campaign, and then a Thursday and Friday is all about ads. So Thursday and Friday is all about helping you put money behind your amazing content and to make sure it reaches the right audience. You've been the most amazing crowd today. Got any more questions come in? I'll answer those ones privately. Lots of questions about see you next week. Yeah, see you next week. And can we book in a one-on-one for onboarding? Yes, we can do that. Once you've got your account set up, if you'd like some one-on-one help, we can do that too. It's lovely to see so much positive feedback. Thank you all. I will answer that one privately. And yeah, Hannah, what would have you any other top tips around the scheduling? Where would you go first if you were just starting off with the platform?
Very much I mean, dive in, absolutely, but just get your first piece of content scheduled, play around with the tools. You can literally put one piece of content in, optimize it for your channels, and then you've got content going out on all of your feeds then. So yeah, just play around with it, because there are so many. Don't get daunted by the tools, obviously, but there are so many useful tools to make life much easier and help you out, and definitely whether you're already well into AI or whether, you're still a bit hesitant, definitely dive in with that too, because it really, really is a tool that will help your business. It does a lot of the legwork for you, as we've seen. So yeah, use the AI and please feed back to us, obviously, because we love it, but we want to make sure it's doing exactly what you want it to. So yeah, please do let us know what you think.
And for all the Bira members on the call, thank you for joining. We love working with Bira. We do have a Bira, especially this is a Bira webinar today, but this webinar does run every week, and with it running up to Christmas, you are more than welcome to join the webinar every week, where we're going to inspire you more about Christmas. And as I say, we've got the daily live drop-in sessions as well. So never feel stuck with social, never feel like you don't know where to turn. And whether you're an expert or a novice, there's always a question you don't know. I don't schedule social media every day. Hannah does. And Hannah, how much do things change all the time?
Oh yeah, definitely. It never stands still, which makes it exciting because it's always getting better, but therefore you never know everything because tomorrow it's different. So yeah, it's just therefore it's so important to use the tools that are available to just, yes, because the tools are built to help you with all of that, with the changing environment that it's in. So yeah, really use them. But as Polly said, we're always on hand to help. If there's something that's new or different that you're not sure about, please do get in touch.
Brilliant.